Welcome back, everyone. I am Psycho Emerald. Today I'm back with another Jurassic Park figure review. Today I have Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Hammond Collection. Now I'm really excited about this line because of the fact that they have shifted over. As much as I love the Amber Collection, I'm glad that they went from a 6-inch scale to a 3 3/4 inch scale because there's only so much you can do, so many Velociraptor repaints that you can do basically with the 6-inch scale. So since they've changed it to 3 3/4 inch scale, they can do things like the Baryonyx and the Parasaurolophus and of course, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which I'm super excited for. And they can do things that they could also do in 6-inch, but scale it down to 3 3/4 inch. And yeah, I think the human characters that Mattel does work a lot better in 3 3/4 inch because the expectations we put on a 6-inch action figure as collectors nowadays are definitely different from the expectations we place on a 3 3/4 inch figure from Mattel. So I think these work a lot better as 3 3/4 figures. I'm probably going to get the Alan Grant when that one comes out. I think that's coming out soon. But yeah, I'm just super excited to finally have my hands on my first figure from the Hammond Collection, just to finally get into this new line. And I'm loving the packaging. So let's check out the packaging first. So you got that open window where you can see Ian Malcolm in there looking really cool with all his accessories. We got Hammond Collection, Jurassic Park, and then we got this kind of digital render promo shot of the figure there, Dr. Ian Malcolm. Then we got this super cool Hammond Collection logo. We got it over here as well. Yeah, I just really like that. It's really cool. Then up here we got the, kind of Jurassic logo, Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton up there. Then we got the age 8+, and you kind of got this metal industrial feel to it, kind of like it's a cage or a paddock keeping the character in there, which I guess Ian Malcolm is a human, but he might need to be kept in a cage. I don't really know.
You'll have to get used to Dr. Malcolm.
But down here we got, the Universal logo, Amblin logo, things like that, legal stuff, barcode, Mattel logos right down there in the corner. Yeah, I'm just loving the, gray and kind of industrial silver theme to the packaging. Just think it looks really, really cool. And we got the Jurassic Park logo up there. Once again, the cool Hammond Collection, but it kind of all gets covered up by all this plastic holding this plastic tab on here, but that's okay. Then we got the digital render of the figure, which looks kind of weird with the way they had his facial hair there in the digital render. I'm glad they fixed that before releasing the figure, but the figure overall still looks pretty good in the digital render. Apart from that, we got a shot of Ian Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm in the original Jurassic Park, and that awesome scene, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, when the T-Rex breaks out of its cage, which is just such a cool scene with the flares and everything. Dr. Ian Malcolm, and it says, during his visit to Jurassic Park, Dr. Ian Malcolm's expertise in chaos theory comes to light in a painfully personal way. Very cool. Then we got Mattel logo, empowering the next generation through play. Interesting. Then we have JurassicWorld.com, more age warnings, things like that. And that's going to be pretty much it for the Hammond Collection packaging, which I am really liking. So let's break Ian Malcolm himself out of the package. Alright, so here's the trusty unboxing knife. So let's break Ian Malcolm out of the package. Like I said, this is my first one, my first Hammond Collection, which is exciting. And so it also means I don't exactly know how to open the packages yet, but it looks pretty simple. I've opened plenty of action figure packages in my day. Let's see this. I kind of like this. Yeah, it kind of looks like the inside of a dinosaur paddock. Very cool. I really like it. But here's the plastic tray. And we have the swappable arms, which I will say this is the first action figure I've got that has swappable arms. I've gotten plenty that have swappable hands, but swappable arms is a first for me. And we have the flare. Alright, so there's the flare. Looking pretty cool. And then let's get Ian Malcolm himself out of the package. Alright, so there he is. So let me get the packaging out of the way, and we'll take a look at the figure. Alright, so there's Dr. Ian Malcolm all out of the package with all its accessories. So let's check out the figure first, which looks pretty good. I think the likeness to Jeff Goldblum it's okay. Doesn't look exactly like him, but I think it gets the job done, especially for a 3 3/4 inch figure. The glasses are kind of tinted, so you can't really see through them all that well, but that's okay. You got the jacket down here, which is kind of a vinyl material. The arms are kind of gummy, I guess. Like, they're very flexible and stretchy, especially this one. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I found that kind of odd, but hopefully they don't like break easily or anything, because they do feel kind of flimsy. But then we do have the legs down here, which just kind of look like pretty ordinary pants. You got the shoes down there, And if you take off the jacket, which I think you can take it all the way off, but we'll do that when we get to the swappable arms, because that's what that look will kind of coincide with the rolled up sleeves and everything, and I'll have him holding the flare. So we'll do that later. But I think the jacket looks pretty good, a little bit puffy, which you do kind of see sometimes with these vinyl jackets over the figures, but personally okay with it. But yeah, it is a little bit, it does look a little bit bulky, a little too big maybe, but you do in here, you can see he's got his necklace down there, which looks pretty cool. And yeah, the likeness, like I said, looks cool. You got the hair sculpted there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. You got the belt buckle painted even. You can see that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this figure looks overall. But I don't think the likeness is quite spot on, and I do think the jacket looks a little bit poofed out. Looks a little bit too big. But we'll be able to take that off. So let's check out the swappable arms. Alright, so here are Ian Malcolm's swappable arms, which are when he is without his jacket, and so you can have the jacket be removable, so you can have the normal sleeves, which I wish other figures would do. I think is a really cool idea to be able to take the jacket off and then be able to replace the arms so that they coincide with, you know, just the undershirt essentially, and mostly just because of that scene. Like I was talking about, I do love the T-Rex escape scene with the Ford Explorers and the flares and everything. It's just such a cool sequence, and so I definitely want to have him probably displayed like that. So these arms are definitely cool for that. They do have the rolled up sleeves look. So let's see if we can attach them to the figure. Alright, so there's Dr. Malcolm with the rolled up sleeves. I think it looks really good. You also have his watch down there on his left hand, which is painted really well for something so small, which is really cool. And yeah, I think this ended up looking really good. This is how I'll probably display him, and I'll also want to display him holding the flare, so we will check that out too. Okay, so here's the flare. It kind of has this smoke effect going up to kind of mimic the light that would be on the rain, I guess, or the light hitting the air. So it has, you know, the sparking effect down here, kind of looking like the flame sparking up, and then we've got the smoke, the red smoke kind of billowing up like that, which I think looks great. So let's try to put it into Ian's hand. Okay, doesn't fit perfectly into his hand. Yeah, it kind of feels like it wants to fall out, but I believe the hands are swappable. Yes, they are. So we can grab this hand over here and go like that. And then we can have him holding the flare in his hand. There we go. Yeah, and that works pretty well. It does kind of seem like it might fall out of there, but I think it works okay. So you can get a cool pose out of him. So speaking of posing, let's check out the figure's articulation. Alright, so for Ian Malcolm's articulation, the articulation's actually really good on this guy. He has legs that lift up right there. Like, that is just crazy. That's definitely a standout. And then you can get him, like, all the way up back like that. Like I've said before, it doesn't really matter how far back he can kick, but that just, like, represents, like, how many crazy poses you can get with the legs of the figure. I don't really know exactly what you'd use that articulation for Ian Malcolm, but it's just crazy that they actually have that much articulation packed into these figures. The wrist hinges like work insanely well as well, like so well that, you know, it doesn't really make sense. Like, he can grab his own arm, which is just crazy. Like, this is some of the craziest articulation I've ever seen on, like, any figure, not just a 3 3/4 inch figure. So that's pretty crazy that they have this much articulation packed into these little figures. But yeah, so you'd be able to get some pretty cool poses, but I'm going to try to get a pose with him holding the flare, and then I'll give you guys a closer look at Dr. Ian Malcolm. Okay, so for my finishing thoughts on my review of Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Hammond Collection, this is a really great figure. I definitely recommend going and picking it up. When I got it, there was tons at my local Target, so if you guys want to go check out your local Target to see if they have this guy, they probably will, because it seems like he's pretty common. But yeah, definitely a great figure to get into the Hammond Collection with. I'm really happy to finally have a human character in my collection. And yeah, the articulation is surprisingly great, and the detail on the figure is really great for a 3 3/4 inches and for a Mattel figure, and I really like the accessories as well, especially the swappable arm feature. I think was really cool. So yeah, I really enjoy this figure, and I hope you guys feel like checking it out. If you do, definitely, like I said, go check out your local Targets. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please leave a like. If you like Jurassic Park figure reviews, I do that from time to time on my channel, so if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing in order to join the Knights of Mischief. As always, I hope you guys found this review helpful, hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.